All right, ladies and gentlemen, man, if y'all don't like that, I guarantee y'all don't like good music. That there's the Mississippi Cadillac Blues Band right here on the Gumbo YAYA radio show. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We're excited. We're excited for today's program. We've been playing Moondawg Hall music here ever since the first time, and I'm a fan of his. I like his music. I love him as an artist, but I think I probably love him more as a friend, as a brother. He's just down to earth. His honesty and he's sincere, and it comes through in his music. And when we spoke with him in the past, it was just one of those conversations that you just didn't want to end. And luckily, he's got some new music out. So it doesn't have to end. We can we get to chat with him again. So let's. I believe we got him on the phone right now. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go over there to the phone and let's see.
Hello.
Hey. Hello. Who that?
It's Moondawg over here, brother. How you doing over there?
Man, I'm doing great. I ain't never had a bad day.
Well, then that's living.
And man, that beats the alternative.
That's right.
So
man, it's good to hear all that. I appreciate all those kind words you said. I feel the same about you, man. It's been a while.
All right, man. I'll hug your neck when I see you. So let's do this, man. Introduce yourself proper. Like, tell folks who that, where you at.
Well, I'm sitting over here in Galena, Kansas with my brother Tex. I've been hanging out between Miami, Oklahoma with Miss Sarah St. Cyn, and I'm hanging out over here on the Mother Road trying to open up the West once again. So just played over at Tumbleweed in Kansas City, Kansas, and with the likes of Ray Wiley Hubbard and Dale Watson and, man, Justin Wells. There was so many great artists over there. Our brother Dallas Moore was there, and we're coming off of that, and we played a benefit over in Missouri yesterday, and then coming up this weekend we'll be over in the same place in Missouri, and still hitting the roads hard, and we're proud to have this new album out. That's where we're at right now.
So you basically ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, I'm just sitting around here looking at the sunshine, looking at trees, making my mama mad.
Yeah, what is that? Mama said that ain't work?
That's right. That's what she said. That was a real conversation we had right before I got to hit the road as a national act. She sat there in the kitchen that day, and she said, "Are you really going to go?" I said, "Well, yeah. What do you think I've been doing?"
Yeah, this
is a real life. It's the life I love.
Well, you're good at it. You're good at it, that's for sure.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, so...
It's been a long time.
Yeah, that's, I guess that was Road to Sanity, right? Was that one?
Yeah, that one did real well for us. Our brother over in Kerrville, Texas, hope he's doing well today. Big G and his Texas Road Show helped us chart back in, I think, July of 2016, and I got to come in number 24 next to the mighty Chris Christopherson. So if Big G's listening, thank you for that one, brother.
Yeah, we start every show with a shout out from Big G. He's one of those people that you love to be around because he's got so much, energy. He has a presence about him that's just magnamic. You hang on every word he says, and he has such a great voice. I mean, for radio.
Yeah.
I know he's taking a break. He needs to get back on the air though. He's doing.
Well, we all agree. We miss him. He's got one of the biggest hearts, and like you, he's one of the most genuine DJs out there. And there's not everybody out there playing real music, and guys like you help artists like myself and songwriters like myself and guys like Billy Don Burns, so we can still have a career and we get to do what we love, and everybody loves what we do when they hear it and they see it, and it's just like sometimes we feel like a dying breed. It's how much longer can we hold on, and every day is a blessing. So I do appreciate you for doing what you do there, Redneck. Thank you much for listening.
And like I said, man, this is your show. I'm just a host. That's what it's all about. I listen.
But when we gonna meet up in person? I'm ready to come out to New York.
Well, come on, man.
I ain't been there yet.
Come on. I like this Trouble Door.
Yeah, man. That's the new album. I think at the moment, it's probably what I consider to be my best work. I was fortunate enough to have Dave McCormick from West Virginia produced the album, and we recorded between Florida and Alabama. And my good friend, and who I consider to be a legend in the rock world, Stanley Atkins, provided us the place to make the record, and he also has a cut on the album. And just because I like the song, and sometimes things just work out like they do, and I got real lucky on this one, just like I did the last one. I hope we have the same success, if not better. But Stanley has Lonesome as my middle name. I think I can't tell you what track it is on the album, but that song
number 5
to George Jones. And George Jones turned the song down. There was another one on the radio that just come out. And Stanley also wrote 2 songs that the Violent Femmes made famous. I think took it even to platinum, was Gone Daddy Gone and Blister in the Sun. And I want to say Alex Chilton was a co-writer on one of those. And Stanley was in Big Star. And it's kind of like a Buddy Holly and Waylon story with Alex Chilton and Stanley Atkins. So Stanley's listening. I love you and thank you for all your help, brother. So it's been great. We've got I re-recorded a few songs on there. Breckenridge County has been a big one for us, and I did What Happened to the Songs. We re-recorded that in a new style, and better than that.
Yeah, see, I like Breckenridge. I listened to the CD on the way in here this morning. I listened to every one of the songs, and I like Breckenridge. I like the image it paints. It kind of reminds me of, you know, I guess if you're country born and bred, and you know, or it could be maybe anybody, maybe even city folk, when you listen to it and it paints the image of all the things that you remember and you miss, you know, as you're driving into town and you see this and that sparks a memory. You see the boxcars, that turn in the road that you always took when you was going. Like, I think everybody is reminiscent. I like that song a lot. That was off of that. Now that you did that before on another CD.
I've recorded that song. I think that's now my 3rd time. When I first recorded it, was with I had a duo called Good Dog, and that's my good friend John Good and brother, and he was a co-writer on Broken Hearts Lounge, which he loved so much. And we were going into the studio to record, and John said, "Well, man, we need to do Breckenridge County." And I was like, "No way, dude. Nobody wants to hear that song. I wrote that about my childhood and how I come into life and stuff." I said, "Nobody cares about that song." He said, "You're out of your mind." I said, "Well, all right then. Well, we'll go in there." And we did, and we recorded it. And Mike Loudermilk, if he's listening, thank you for that. And 3 days after we put that song out, who's the bass player in Jericho Woods? I can't think of his name, but was a DJ down in Breckenridge County, and he called and wanted the song. And the next thing you know, it's on the radio, and then I'm moving to Nashville, you know, living the dream, you know. And it was just one of those things, and that song has been one. Our friends down will give a shout out to Dat Sauce and Scott Green.
I gotta get me some of that. I gotta get me some of that.
Oh, it's good stuff, man. They've done a whole lot for a whole lot of us, and just give them a shout out this morning. But Don, he's one of them guys that if you come down there to Morgan City, he expected you to know the song. I had more songwriter friends or artists that were playing down there that Don was giving them. He was giving them a time because, you know, you don't play that one. You play Waylon Jennings, but you don't know Breckenridge County, and I would just get a big old laugh at him. You know. He's a good guy. I love them guys down there in Louisiana.
All right, well, let's do some promoting.
That's where you from, isn't it?
Yeah, I you know what, I grew up eating gumbo, that's for sure. So it's I grew up on the coast. I love it. You know, I get homesick every once in a while, but you know, thank God for folks like y'all can bring me some music and bring me back through your songs. So I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Now,
so you got the album.
I got it right here.
I think we mailed it out.
I got it right here, all scribbled up on and everything, man. So I'm excited about that. So let's
well, you got
where are they going to get it? Tell folks where they can get it. You know, website, Facebook. If somebody wants to buy a Moondawg CD, how they go about it?
Well, right now, what they can do is the best thing that I would suggest is to go to iTunes or Amazon, and you can buy it that way. That helps. I have a select few left. I try to hand them out at shows, but if you wanted to, I have a PayPal. you can go to, and my account's under C Hall 17 at live.com, and the CDs are $15, and we're asking $10 for shipping and handling. So that'd be $25 through the mail, but it's $15 if you come to the show in person. July 20th, we'll be at the Possum up in Ohio. July 27th, Louisville, Kentucky at the Barrett Bar. August 1st, Half Shell, and then I get right back into my touring.
So you know
Facebook,
what?
You can go there.
Yeah, Moondawg Hall. And how's the hat, man?
The hat's doing well. Hat's doing well. The hat band didn't fare so well. Now it's hanging off the rear view mirror that we don't look at out too much.
I'm gonna have to fix you up on that. So we earlier, when I started off the set, I started off the show with just playing a set of songs. I was doing Lonesome, Lonely, and Alone songs, and so we did Driving Me Lonesome earlier here in the program, and so you know I don't think I've gone more than a week without playing a Moondawg tune. That's for sure.
Man, I thank you much. That means a whole lot to me over here. I really appreciate it.
And that's why I tell folks. I said, listen, man, if y'all want to know if I'm playing your music, just Google Gumbo YAYA Radio Show and your name, and you know if you chatted with me, if I got your music, chances are I'm playing it on a regular basis if I like it. You know.
Well, I thank you and the Gumbo YAYA Radio Show. Y'all been good to me for a while. I was telling my friend Tex here, and last time I spoke to you, I was on the stairs of the Ryman right there in Nashville, Tennessee. I think we talked for an hour and a half.
Yeah, we sure did, man. We sure did. And that's one of, if you go Redneck Chats With, and you check out, you know, the Redneck Chats With, that's getting a ton of people are listening to that over and over. So that's doing well in my archives. Now, you mentioned a few songs on here. What I want to do is which one do you want to get into first here? I know my favorite is My Next Ex-Wife. I'll probably do that last. We'll go out with that. So I'm working on my first divorce already. Still, I'm 23 years, man. I just can't get it done. 23 years. I'm an underachiever.
Well, you're doing something right.
I don't know. You know, my daddy, my brothers, my sisters, all of them, they've been married 2-3 times apiece, you know, so I can't even get one divorce right,
well,
man.
That song there, I mean, you come up with that one, that'd be fun. You know, I had just finished a tour with Pee Wee Moore, and I had 2 months to figure out what I wanted to do with myself. And I said, you know what, I'm going to take this time to go record an album, and if I get a song or two more, that'd be great. And my brother and good friend Dean Dillon had called me, and he was giving me I'll say he was giving me a little hell because I didn't call him when I was coming through Colorado, and I said, well, hey man, it just didn't work out. He said, what are you doing now? I said, well, I ain't really doing anything. I'm going to take 2 months off, I think. He said, no, you ain't. You're going to come on down here to Texas, and we're going to write one for your album. And I said, all right, it might take me 2 days. And well, I got there, and we took the next 3 days and talked about all of our relationships and how those things went for us, good or bad. And we laughed and cut up and caught up and had fried chicken dinners and that kind of thing, and just two good old boys hanging out. We was talking about Don Williams and Jeff Cook from Alabama, and he told me, he said, well, hey, whenever you want to try to write. And I said, well, hey, I don't want to force nothing. So we got up on that third morning, and he had a show to do somewhere in Texas, and I was along for the ride for about a week, and he said, you ready to write? I said, yeah, man. He said, well, we got any ideas? I said, yeah, I got an idea, and I told him, and he kind of chuckled a little bit. And he said, well, I got an idea, and I thought, well, Dean Dillon has an idea. I think I want to hear what he has to say.
I would imagine.
You know, and so we're sitting there, and he tells me, he calls me Moon. He says, Moon, I called you up one night, and you were just right there in it, and you cracked me up. And I was at a show watching Sonny Throckmorton and Rock Kilo. You should look those names up. Those two guys are two huge songwriters and huge country music legends if you really know the history. And so he called me, and he said, what are you doing out there? So, oh, you know, man, I'm just out here looking for my next ex-wife. He said, that's the funniest thing I had ever heard in my life. In about 20 minutes, if it wasn't 15, we had written the song. And he said, "Man, we got us one." And that's how we wrote it.
All right, so let's do this, man. So I was gonna hold, but since you got me so excited about hearing it, I'm gonna have to go ahead
Well,
and.
you got me excited. That's what we're talking about. The singles. We just released that as our single. So you're the first to play it.
All right, so this is the radio debut.
It is. If I don't know if anybody else is playing it offhand, so you're the first as far as I know.
All right, well, I tell you, how about you introduce yourself, the song, tell people what they're listening to the Gumbo YAYA radio show, and we'll give it a play. How's that sound? You be the DJ.
All right, sir. Y'all listening to the Gumbo YAYA radio show with one of my favorite, if not favorite DJs. That's Redneck over there in New York City. If it ain't New York, you're about to listen to a new song that my good friend and legendary songwriter Dean Dillon and I wrote called Next Ex-Wife off our new album called Troubadour.
To or will come around your way of thinking, but put up with and don't mind a man drinking. But I'm out here trolling neon lights, looking for my next ex-wife. The first one I had, man, I had it made. Not one single time she rained on my parade. Finally had enough of me, myself, and I got caught with number two when she was waving bye-bye. That's why I'm out here trolling these neon lights, looking for my next ex-wife. Wife number three was quite a lady. She ran off with some guy in the Navy. So I'm out here looking for old number four as I go rock and roll across the soul dance floor. Shape or size is just fine with me. I'm jonesing bad for some company. That's why I'm out here trolling these neon lights, looking for my next ex-wife.
Hey everybody, this is Billy Payne. Hey everybody.
Hush up, Billy Payne. That's not what I want.
Everybody,
All right, come on over here now. It's not who we wanted to hear from. So that was Mr. Moondawg Hall, his new song, Next Ex-Wife, right here on the Gumbo YAYA radio show, the worldwide radio debut, Moondawg Hall. His new album, Troubadour, we got him on hold. Let's go.
This is Moondawg Hall from Louisville, Kentucky. You're listening to the Gumbo YAYA radio show, the worldwide home of the independent artist, hosted by my good buddy, Redneck.
How's that sound? Don't he sound pretty, y'all? Thank you, Moondawg. So,
Thank you.
hey, man, anytime. You know I love you, man. I like that. So, Dean Dillon, you could do I could do a week's worth of shows, just Dean Dillon songs.
I wish you would.
All right, get him on the phone, man. You next time y'all are together, come on, man. Let's do it. This, like I said, it's your show, man.
I mean, we can try to surprise him right now, but he might not like it.
Nah, I don't want to put him on the spot. I just got to, I was talking about, I was playing that song, and I just got a message here. I didn't know from my Yankee bride. She said it ain't from the lack of trying. When I said I was working on my, and said,
That's funny.
that's it. That's there. She just wrote you a song, man. It ain't for the lack of trying. You got to put that down there, Think about it.
You got it. We might give it a run.
Exactly. That's something, man.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have on the phone Mr. Moondawg Hall. And Moondawg has got another album out, the new one called Troubadour. Well, I like to play on words there. And we just played my favorite cut off there, Next Ex-Wife. I don't know if it's probably my favorite till I listen to some more of it,
Yeah. There's some different stuff on there. There's a song I wrote with my good friend in Austin, Texas, and we wrote it over 4 days around Texas, and Overheated in Austin's on there, and I believe that's track number 4. And I almost recorded that on Road to Sanity, a Kaiju Experience, but I thought, I need to hold one back, and I'm glad I did, and it made this record. And I think Dave did a really great job producing. He played the steel guitar and that lead in there, and that Next Ex-Wife you just played. We were honored to have Ricky Whitley, and more people should know who Ricky is. He's one of those guys who's almost been famous more times than probably that, whoever. But he played the bass track on there, and he and Dean had a duo way back in the day, and he also played along and was good friends with the Allman Brothers and the Marshall Tucker Band as well, so it was an honor to have him on that album as well. But Overheated in Austin's one. It's been a favorite out on the road of a lot of people, and if you want to give that one a whirl, that's probably as fine as any of them ever on there. And he played that lap steel. I think it was a 1951 Gibson lap steel guitar he plays on that album.
Oh yeah, I tell you what, man.
Yes,
I love me some steel guitar. I love it. I'm not sure if you know Mr. Jim Vest or not. I think seems like.
Oh yeah, Jim's from my hometown of Louisville.
Yeah, so I'm
he
good.
He played alongside with Hank Cochran, I believe, as well.
Yeah, Hank Cochran, Charlie Rich, Johnny Paycheck, all of them. Yeah. So I love me some steel guitar. He's a good friend of the program. He's a good friend of the show. So a shout out to you, Mr. Vest. We
mad respect, Mr. Vest.
So I'm excited now to hear this one here. Like I said, I listened to it. Let me go find the track. It's cut number 4. So this is Moondawg Hall we have here on the program. This is Gumbo YAYA radio show, 89.1 FM WFDU HD2 here in the New York metropolitan area. And worldwide online, hd2.wfdu.fm. We have the new Troubadour, Moondawg Hall's new album. And we're going to play another cut off of here. And we're going to let the dog introduce. Go ahead, Moondawg.
Well, you're listening to Overheated in Austin, hosted by our good friend Redneck on the Gumbo YAYA radio show.
Down in the big city lies my heartache, in the house where I learned the blues. Just around the corner is the house of pain. Lonesome is my middle name. People laugh and cry for many reasons.
All right, you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I said track 4 and I put on track 5, so let's do this right here. And have a little respect for Mr. Moondawg Hall. Apologize for that. So we're going to start over. So I'm smart. I got him on hold and I'm going to mute it so he can't. I know he's probably was yelling and cussing, and so I ain't got to listen to it. I ain't got to get in trouble from him. So we're going to do it this way. We'll introduce Moondawg. And we'll play this one. So finally, all right, I got it queued up. I got it right. I got it fixed. I know what you're saying about me, Moondawg, but I ain't going to put you on the air to say it, so I'm not going to listen to you. So I apologize. And
I'm Moondawg Hall from Louisville, Kentucky. You listen to my buddy Redneck on the Gumbo YAYA radio show.
Got loaded in Lago, and I left her behind. Got as far as Austin, the temperature started to climb. I left the bed undone, like the love we made the night before. Corey took her away. I may never see her no more. Four hearts on your left arm, with room for one on the right. And a freeze on the asphalt underneath the Goodwill street light. Like a phoenix we rose as that man came burning down. Overheated in Austin, talking to angels tonight. Came to my rescue at last. I'm reloaded for Lago, gonna give our love one more chance. Well, I sent up a smoke signal, hoping you'd catch my sign. You'll be in my bed if only the stars would align. 4 hearts on your left arm, with 3 for one on the right. And a freeze on the asphalt underneath the Goodwill street light. Like a phoenix we rose, a zeppelin came burning down. I'm overheated in Austin, talking to angels tonight. Underneath the Goodwill street light. Like a phoenix we rose, a zeppelin came burning down. I'm overheated in Austin, talking to angels tonight. I'm overheated in Austin, talking to angels tonight.
Man, he sure sings pretty. I'm telling you, that's a pretty singing dog right there, I guarantee you, folks. Moondawg Hall right here, Overheated in Austin, off his new album, Troubadour, right here on the Gumbo YAYA radio show, 89.1 FM WFDU HD2. Dog.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for joining us, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, man, thanks for having me, Redneck.
It's like I said, man, we're huge fans of you. We play your music often. As a matter of fact, our buddy Willie Schmidt, he hosts Let There Be Country, which is the longest running country music program in the New York metropolitan area, over 40 years.
Cool.
Yeah, and he's on AC Saturdays. If you can wake up between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. on Saturday mornings Eastern time, he'd love to have you on the program. I'm going to leave this here for him so that if you're around Saturday,
I'd love to be there.
You chat with him, and I'll make sure that y'all get introduced proper like. Now you mentioned a lot of names, and we're talking about your new album here. Is there somebody who produced it? Let's give credit where credit's due. Anybody out there that you want to make sure you give a mention to that we haven't already mentioned?
I mean, Dave McCormick, I mean, he's behind the instrumentation. I mean, he did everything from playing the drums to playing the bass to playing the baritone guitar to playing the lead, on whatever he was playing on, if it was a dobro or mean, Dave's a master musician and probably deserves a little more credit than he's gotten, but he opened up, I guess some of the biggest things Dave did out there as a musician is he opened up for Merle Haggard at the Ryman Theater, and Dave is a little more of a rocker sometimes as well, and he's opened up for Steve Miller, and he's written with the great Sonny Throckmorton, who's written songs for John Conley, and his big one was "This Is Where the Cowboy Rides Away" that George Strait had a huge tour off of. But Dave is a great songwriter. He's a friend. He's a brother. And
hang on, I'm gonna interrupt you here for a second, man, because I'm looking at this. Yeah. Jason Justice is
yes, sir.
He's on there with you. Is that Life of Riley, Bus Back to Birmingham, Pawn Shop Side of Town? Is that the same Jason Justice?
Same Jason Justice.
You tell him he's a riggedy dog, man. I play his music. He ain't never once called up here to shout at Redneck. so
he's a good friend.
So he wrote Low Life with
you? We wrote that one together right there down there at the same area. He's doing well his own on that album there. At Bus Back to Birmingham is a Rusty McHugh song, and a lot of us play at the Floribama, and I'm honored to say that I've been invited back for my fourth consecutive Frank Brown International Songwriters Festival. That the home of it is at the Floribama and down through Perdido Key in Orange Beach, Alabama area. It's
I love
a real honor again.
Yeah, that's my
Jason's a part of that as well.
Yeah, that's my stomping
That's where I met
there.
Jason down there.
Yeah, I love him. I like him. He's kind of I don't know.
He's exactly Jason.
Yeah, he's good. See, that's the thing, man. This is what I like. Jared. Birmingham. Jared. Bowling in Birmingham. Those guys.
Yeah.
Jason Justice. So you talk about Justin Wells. I played him earlier.
Cool. He's a Lexington, Kentucky fella, and he was over at Tumbleweed as well. He played earlier in the day, and I was on a little later, but I met him the first time over in Louisville at the Towns Van Zandt tribute that they have there. Our good friend Nate Toomas, who's out on tour right now. I think he's in California, but Justin's been out there doing it. He's got some albums out there, and he had a really great band over there at Tumbleweed as well. So shout out to Justin. He's doing a great job as far as I'm concerned.
That's what I love about this is that, when I chat with you, and there's so many artists like yourself out there who deserve to get played on the radio without all that commercial backing behind them, with all that, it's just if you go to an event where Moondawg is playing, if you're in Kentucky or if you're in Alabama, at the Floribama, you go to these events and they say Moondawg Hall is on the bill, people are showing up in the droves. It's I mean, he's a super talented singer songwriter, and I think either you write or co-write most of everything on your albums.
Yes, sir. There's only one on this album that I didn't write, and that's the one that Stanley wrote, and that's Lonesome Is My Middle Name. And if you wanted to play that one, that would be great. Like I said, Stanley's, he's tied to rock and roll and country music. He's one of those guys. He was a Memphis staple for a long time. He's Grammy nominated for Guitar Slim Jr. I had an album out, and he's highly accomplished, and he's one of my closest and dearest friends. And anytime I'm in Alberta, Alabama, it's expected that I stay for a little while. So I'd love it if you played Lonesome Is My Middle Name.
All right, we're going to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lonesome Is My Middle Name off of Moondawg Hall's new album, Troubledore, and it was written by Stanley Atkins. You're listening to
and everybody should look him up.
Absolutely. And like I said, we have an open door, open mic policy here. If there's artists, people out there, just tell them, call them. Hey, share Redneck, Gumbo YAYA radio show. We're your venue, we're your platform, and we say that we're the worldwide home of the independent artists because we like to make you feel at home. If you got a message you want to, an artist, somebody you want to promote their music. If an event, a concert, we want to be your venue, your platform, because without you, we don't have an audience. Without you, we don't have listeners. This is your program. I'm just the host, and we want it to be about you. So that's how we feel. All right. So like I said, this is Lonesome is my middle name right here on the Gumbo YAYA radio show.
This is Moondawg Hall from Louisville, Kentucky. You're listening to the Gumbo YAYA radio show, the worldwide home of the independent artist, hosted by my good buddy, Redneck.
Down in the big city lies my heartache. In the house where I learned the blues. Just around the corner is the house of pain. Lonesome is my middle name. People laugh and cry for many reasons. Always seem to pass just like the seasons. But to me, it's a losing game. Lonesome is my middle name. Country music seems to soothe me. Fiddle still and fiddle weep like me. Yes, the stories are all the same. Lonesome is my middle name. Got mad today and almost quit her, but she has been gone for a long time. Every time I love, my heart ends up in pain. Yes, lonesome is my middle name. People stop and stare as I walk by. I'm sure they know that I won't have her long. When somebody asks what causes the pain, I say lonesome is my middle name. Yes, lonesome is my middle name.
Lonesome is my middle name. That's Mr. Moondawg Hall right here on the Gumbo YAYA radio show, 89.1 FM WFDU HD2. That's off his new album, Troubledore. And we're very fortunate to have Moondawg on the line with us. Sent us his new album. And played a few cuts off of it. 10 minutes to go, we'll chat a little bit more, and it's difficult to get him to open up and talk. You know, he's the shy, quiet type, Moondawg. So I don't know if I can get 10 more minutes of conversation out of him or not, but we'll do our best. All right, dog.
Yeah, I think I got about 10 minutes. If that's all right with you.
Yeah. And listen, you tell Mr. Tex I'm much obliged. I appreciate him taking the time to get us in touch, and I know that he's helping you with all your bookings and your endeavors, and to get you up here to the New York area. So let's do this. Tell people again where can they find your music, and how they can get your album, and introduce yourself and tell people who that, where you at.
Well, the album is Moondawg Hall, Troubledore. You can find it on iTunes, Amazon. It's on Spotify. our Facebook page under Moondawg Hall. We're on Instagram and Twitter. And all the digital outlets. I'm not certain if we're on Pandora or not. It's supposed to have been with the package we put together. But at any rate, we're live on the Gumbo YAYA radio show right now, and we appreciate you playing our music there, brother.
Always and forever, my friend. Always and forever. This is you're at home with us, brother. I guarantee. So that's the beauty of it, man. The Gumbo YAYA radio show. You're at home on the Gumbo YAYA radio show, and the world is your backyard. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So we you're gonna be on tour. What other states you gonna be hitting soon?
Let's see. We're going to be Ohio, Kentucky, Alabama, Missouri. We're currently booking for Texas, Utah, and California are coming up, as well as Portland, Oregon. We'll be at the Frank Brown International Songwriters Festival from November 8th through the 18th, and you can see Dean Dillon there and some of the top songwriters in the world and in the industry, and you can hear the hits of tomorrow or hear the old ones and hear songs like Dean Dillon's written, songs like Miami, Miami, you know, and that Keith Whitley recorded, and The Chair that he wrote with Hank Cochran. And, you know, Sonny Throckmorton will be playing his hits. It's a great place to be. And we're hitting it everywhere. Kind of shipped up and shaped out to Kansas, and we're staying right out here for a little while and trying to open up the West. So we're hoping to hit Arizona and Nevada and
hey, listen,
Utah and all the great states.
If you get out to Colorado, man, you get out to the Denver area, you got to check out Mountain Head Pizza. Them folks just brand new little endeavor. They had a pizzeria for a while. Now they went all mobile, and they got themselves it's a pizzeria in a truck, man, and it's some good stuff. So Mountain Head Pizza. And then now if you're going to go in out to the Chicago area, you got to go by Pluto's Hot Dogs, man. Pluto's Beef and Hot Dogs. They're
right.
Oak Lawn, Illinois. They're just outside of there, and they're friends of the program, so we want to give them a shout out. But I eat, man. I can't wait. And and when you get down to Alabama, you go down to Mobile, Daphne area on your way to Floribama. You stop by my little brothers, and you pick me up a mess of crawdads and bring it up here.
All right, we can do that. Well, if you're going through Montgomery, make sure you stop by Chris's Hot Dogs, and you ask for my good friend Gustus, and he'll tell you all the stories about Hank Williams, how he used to come in there, and all the good stories and all that good stuff there. And they just had their 100th anniversary, and it's right around from Hank Williams Museum. And if you want to stop all over and see Hank, I try every time I stop through Montgomery. Give them a shout out.
Yeah, I will, man. I'm the kind of that travels on their stomach. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta eat, man. You gotta eat.
That's for sure.
I'd love to get up there to New York. I mean, what's going to happen when we get up there? Where are we going to go eat when we're up there? You got good steaks.
You're gonna come to my house, man. I'm gonna be cooking, man. You come to New York, I'm gonna feed you. Man.
Oh, you want to cook for?
Yes, sir, man. I'll make you some boudin. I'll make you some gumbo. I'll make you some etouffee, whatever you like. So,
I love fried chicken. Where are we going to eat fried chicken at?
We gotta have to find something unless I'm making it. So look, we got about 5 minutes. Let's do this. Let's introduce. I want to play "What Happened to the Songs." Can introduce that, and then I'm gonna play that. We'll come up to the top of the hour. I'm gonna let you go.
Okay, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I really do, man. I can't thank you enough for playing my music up there, and I hope we can work it out to get you up there on tour in all seriousness. So. What Happened to the Songs is a song that I wrote the day I was on the way to record Breckenridge County in a parking lot. And I recorded it the first time on the self-titled What Happened to the Songs album, and I brought it back for this album. And I'm honored to say my good friend and brother Redneck is playing my song What Happened to the Songs on the Gumbo YAYA radio show. Thank you, friend and brother.
All right, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Gumbo YAYA radio show. We're going to let Moondawg go, and we're going to play this song for you. So don't forget, Moondawg, hug your friends, kiss your family, thank the Lord. Y'all keep listening to the Gumbo YAYA radio show. Here's some Moondawg Hall for you.
washed it with her down to nothing. Spent a lifetime trying to hold on to crumbs. Find blessings in friendship and kinship with battered souls like mine. May appear to be a rock to those that think they know me. Deep inside I'm alone, slowly fading. And I find peace in misery. Mama tried to raise me right. Guess I was destined to be a cowboy. So what happened to the songs about sinners? Songs about late night drinkers, about grown men fall into pieces. Cowboy really rode away. How am I supposed to know I'm gonna be okay? Lonesome whistle, I've walked the line, and I've been lonesome on Ray and Main, and I've cried and cried, Lord knows I've cried. Mama tried to raise me right, guess I never saw the light. What happened to the songs about sinners? Songs about late night drinkers, about grown men falling to pieces. Cowboy really rode away. How am I supposed to know?
The Digital Delight of Jazz and much more on WFDU HD2, Teaneck.
I've lived on the top of a mountain.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was our good friend, Mr. Moondawg Hall, right here on the Gumbo YAYA radio show, off his new album, Troubadour. And you can find all things Moondawg Hall, facebook.com/Moondawg Hall, Chris Moondawg Hall. And I thought I hung up on him, yeah. So we appreciate the opportunity, chance to chat with him. If you want to hear the interview, just go to Facebook and you'll be able to. We're going to archive it. We'll post that. We'll put that up for everybody to listen to, enjoy some Moondawg Hall, our little conversation with him. So during the interview, we heard what happened to the songs. Lonesome is my middle name. Overheated in Austin. Next ex-wife, all by Moondawg Hall.